But that's not what I wanted to do. I told you what I wanted to do. But in life, the path that we take is the one that's chosen for us. So you'll go through life and say to yourself, man, where'd that dream go I once had? I'm now in the work career field, profession, I'm doing my job, I'm going my 9 to 5, and now Monday comes around, I'm starting to wonder, is this really what I want to do? Whatever happened to that dream and that vision I had? So, at the end of this, I would like you guys to really embrace the fact of that dream that you once had, okay? And put forth effort to stay working steadily towards that. Because if you can manifest it, if you talk about it and bring it to life, okay? At one point in time, I was in the 9 to 5 atmosphere working. It's no problem. I was working myself out of work, okay, to do what I love to do. My passion and my passion was in cars. So being that has being said, I have a detailing company that makes over $250,000 a year, gainfully employed other individuals to put food on their table as well. So I have other outside individuals, my wife as well, my family, other ones saying, man, you just left your government job, you GS11, you get paid, you good, man, you retired. I'm like, that's not the vision. I don't see that for myself. Going into that mundane job, standing around the copy machine, listening to everybody's, problems over the weekend. That's not what I wanted to have. So I broke out of the mold. I broke that shell. And it's a calculated risk, but it's a risk that you must endure. So at one point in time, there's a saying that is you can be all in or all out. So as an entrepreneur, you're all in. You 120% giving everything you got. You're hungry for the grind every day. Now those entrepreneurs are the ones that are, I just want to go to work and I'll work on it here and there. And when you have that mentality, things get pushed to the wayside. So you start coming up with excuses for yourself to sleep at night, okay? But at the end of this, I want y'all to realize, continue to pursue the happiness within your dream. So if you have that, build a path, put that path in motion, and continue forward. Next slide, please. Okay, you gotta have a big picture for your dream. If you dream is small, it's not big enough. You want to make it so people look at you like you got 5 heads on. Like this dude is not in his mind, because that's only fuel for you. Okay? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I love failure. Okay? I love to fail. I mean, can anybody else say that? Because I'm not insane. Anytime I fail, that's a life learned lesson. Okay? So you take that lesson that you learn from your life and you don't go back to that. Because if you're going back creating that perpetuated cycle, you're not right up here. Something's not right. If you're going to keep going there and get the same outcome that's not giving you the results that you need, I'm not talking to you. You're definitely not right here. So make sure that you have a big enough dream that people look at you crazy. So when it's attainable, all the naysayers that once talked about you, they talk about you with pencils. So then they can erase everything they said and try to become your friend. Okay? So, next slide, please. Biggest things that everybody has inside of them is the feeling of disappointment, discouragement, settling, lack of confidence, and lack of imagination. Once you stop imagining where you could be in your life and set forth that, yes, this is my 9 to 5, I'm going to do 20 in, I'm going to be 20 out, I'm going to get my SSI, SSDI, and everything else. That's okay if that's what you want to be. If that's how you set your course in your life and that's your path, then that's fine. But you're limiting yourself because you're coming up with excuses for you not to achieve that dream. Okay? Next slide, please. All right. I'm not going to have time to talk about all 10. I'm going to talk about the cost, and I'm going to talk about some other things. Ownership, because that's one of the biggest things. Next slide, please. All right. Own it. Everybody, I'm not a PowerPoint guy, so you can read the slide. I'm going to just go from the heart like it should be. So if you own your dream, can't nobody steer you away from what you truly want to do. Okay? Nobody can take you off the course and the path that you are destined for. I don't care what naysayers are out there to say that you can and you can't. It's up to you on the inside, internally. When you feel that love and joy and happiness of what you're doing every day, that's not work. That's not even in your vocabulary anymore. So find out what it is that you truly love doing. Everybody in this room has a gift. We're all gifted. It's how we go about finding that gift. And that's a struggle through life. Some people go throughout their life not knowing that they had a gift right in front of them and couldn't utilize it. Man, I could have been doing this 20 years ago. Yeah, why not? Because those excuses came into place. Those outside influences telling you that you shouldn't be doing that. Nobody in your family's done that. So what's going to separate you? Well, I'm here to tell you, I break the generational curse. I'm the first entrepreneur in my family right now, pulling over 250 stacks, okay? And living how I want to be able to live. Move the way I want to move. And it's a beautiful feeling. But in order to get that, I had to take that risk. I had to take that calculated risk, set aside what everybody else was saying that you could not do, and do what I knew was coming from here, from the heart. Okay? Next slide, please. All right, ownership. I see the money up there, the cost and everything else. Please, next slide. Limitations, man, I tell you. If you don't take ownership, you're not all in. Biggest thing. If you don't take ownership and speak it to fruition, like, this sounds weird, but it's not weird for me because I do it every day. Every day I get up in the morning, thank you, Jesus, I'm alive. Can you say that? I'm alive. Can I get that? I'm alive. So be thankful that you're here, that you're alive, and that you're able to produce something better than what you had from yesterday. Yesterday was a learning lesson that you could take forward with you to the next day, okay? So, what's your level of commitment? Now, I'm going to tell it like this and break it down real fast is that, I love going to the gym, I work out, healthy body, healthy temple, I believe in all of that. Now, I see a lot of people go to the gym. I'm going to Planet Fitness come January. I'm going to do it. Let's go. $10 a month ain't nothing. I'm cool. Next thing you know, 3 weeks later, nobody in the gym. So that goes right back to commitment. What are you truly committed to? Now, the difference is that if a doctor or someone in a medical professional field told you that, listen, if you don't take your behind to the gym, you only got 4 or 5 months left. Okay? I bet you be in the gym every day. Okay, so it should be no different. You shouldn't have to have somebody tell you that your life is in jeopardy if you're not taking care of yourself. It's no different than your business or your dream or anything of that matter. Okay? Now, this is the best part. What do you do if you couldn't fail? Okay? Number one, the only person that's going to fail is you. If you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, I don't know about today. That's an excuse. Okay, you gotta grind harder. You gotta make it happen because we're all humans. So guess what? I'm gonna tell you, there's some days that I feel like, I can't. Let me go get into some E.T., pop in E.T. real quick. Listen to that real quick, okay? Give me some Billy Alls real quick. Give me some Les Brown. Something that's gonna uplift me. Okay? So when you listen to these things, you gotta look at and be real mindful of your circles that you have surrounding you. Okay? Father said, my mother and father both said, you're going to keep hanging around these jokers over here, 5, 6 of your friends, you're going to be just like them. That's facts. Because if they're not going anywhere and you're the smartest person in the room, you need to get your behind out of there. Okay? That's 100. So took me a long time to figure that out, but I figured it out. Next slide, please. So I'm not talking dollars and cents when I'm talking about cost. I mean, when you talk about cost, you have to antiquate time. The time that it takes for you to pursue that dream. Okay? How much time am I going to devolve into what I truly want to do? Am I all in? Or am I just, tiptoeing on the side and saying, okay, it looks good, but I'm not really ready yet to make that decision. So once you go all in and you burn the boats, guess what? You gotta do something or you're gonna fail. That's gonna be a hard fail. Okay? Now I've had some of them too. I have other businesses that haven't been so successful. But you take those L's, those losses, and you learn from that. You learn from that. It's a building and growth aspect. What you put into your mind is what you're gonna get out. If you feel as if you are nothing but a failure, that's what you're gonna be is a failure. Because you keep telling yourself that. So get out of that mindset, okay? What are you willing to pay for the price of your dream? Oh, listen, man, I can't go out with y'all tonight, man. I got to study up on this book. I'm trying to get this master's done. I got this daggone test I got to take. I got things I got to do. Take your time and manage it wisely in order for you to achieve that dream that you're trying to reach. Other people not going to see that, but you can see it. That's the only thing that matters is you can see your vision and stay true to the course. Avoiding questions, avoiding the cost, and avoiding the dream. Those are all things that's going to set you back. Okay? Anytime there's a problem, I love problems. I'm a problem solver because there's a solution to that. It makes you think outside the box. It makes you find other resources to find out how I can get right. Or how can I make this better? Or how can it be more effective? Something of that nature, but there's always a problem-solving solution if you're willing to look for it. Next slide, please. Cost of not taking dollars and cents. Here you go. Dream is free, but the journey isn't. That's a lot of time and sacrifice that you're going to have to take along that journey. I mean, family, friends, your time, things that you want to do that you have to set aside because you have a bigger vision for yourself. Okay? The price you pay will be higher. Expect the price is much higher. Y'all get the gist of this slide. Next slide, please. I just talked about the time, family, and friends. Dealing with criticism. Man, I love that. When somebody is a critique and they're looking at you from the outside and they're not in your box and they understand where your head is at and your mindset is going, go ahead and just keep sprinkling the salt because you added fuel to my fire. Okay? I'm not going to have confrontation with you. I'm not going to dispute you or whatever. You can have your opinions, but I know where I'm going. My vision is bigger than what you see. Okay? So I'm not discouraged. I'm not going to be, persuaded not to do what I'm doing because I'm going to keep doing it for myself. Okay? And that's how we should be living life, man. That's personally my own take on things. I do things that make me feel good inside. And if you walk the life and you chose that path and you're doing things on a positive aspect, then the universe is fickle. It's going to give positivity back to you. The old saying is karma. You get bad karma, it's going to come back to you tenfold. So I'm always trying to be positive out there. Price is dealing with overcoming your fears. Man, biggest thing. I just had, real quick, I'll give a synopsis. Worked with Mr. Les Brown last 2 weeks ago, legendary speaker conference down in Miami. So this Les Brown is a man in the speaking industry, okay? And I had the opportunity and chance to get up there and speak, kind of like I'm doing with you guys right now. 3 minutes. I don't have the time duration that we have set up now, so 3 minutes I had to provide an impactful speech that resonated with the audience, and the message was delivered. And man, oh man, I tell you, you talk about fear of speaking or public speaking, man, you better get over that real quick. So I did. I overcame that, and the constructive criticism and the takeaways from that just kind of catapulted me into the direction that I knew my journey was taking me, okay? So always don't be afraid of the unknown. That's the biggest thing, man. It's walking by faith and not by sight, okay? You gotta feel it and believe it in your heart, in your mind, in your soul. Like you gotta just feel real good about it. And when you get that good feeling, that goosebumps and everything else, you know you're doing it right. You know you're following the course. So nothing's gonna lead you astray. All right? Hard work, that's easy. Hard work, what you put in is what you get out. That's the bottom line. What you put into your craft or your gift is what you're gonna get out of that. Football players, they in practice, listen, from college, these guys, it's classes, a little bit of class, but the rest of the time, 12 hours almost out of the day, they on the field, or they in the gym. They put in the work. They got stuff to do. They're not worried about, oh, let me go over here to this party and do this and that. Man, I got to get in there. I'm trying to make first string. I'm trying to be on the squad, So they put in the work. So whatever you put into that vision and that dream of yours, vision board, planning, putting it out there so you can see it every day. Daily affirmation in the mirror, like I said earlier, I kind of got sidetracked, but I am great. Say that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm great. I'm going to do good today. This is what I'm achieved today. See, we have so many things that we can speak negative about ourselves. Like, oh, man, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at that. I could be better at this. I could be better at that. Instead of focusing on the negative, you need to start feeding yourself and injecting yourself with the positivity. All the positive aspects that you have within inside of you. It just needs to be broken out. You got to break it out. Okay? Next slide, please. What's the dream worth? Only you're going to be able to figure that out. Only you're going to be able to know if you can actually take that walk, okay? If you're going to be able to ride the goat. I don't know if any Masons in here, but you're going to take that ride, okay? So there's a lot of things that you have to put into perspective that, is this right for me? Is this going to be enough? Is the cost, is it going to matter how much it costs? I'm taking time away from my family and friends, and I'm losing time from my job, and I'm taking off hours and this and that. Is it really going to be worth it in the long run? But if you still feel that faith and undeterminedness inside of you, then everything else is a wash. It's going to come out in the end. It's going to come out in the end. What are you not willing to pay? Some of the prices may be too high, and the biggest cost of the dream higher than the cost, okay? Sometimes people's dreams are so big, they don't know where to start at. They're like, oh man, that's going to be like, more money than my mortgage and my house, and I still got to put food on the table. I still got lights I got to have on. I got my cell phone, my kids need food, this and that. There's so many excuses as to why you're not pursuing your dream. It's easy to come up with that. Instead of actually building and formulating that plan and taking macro steps towards that vision, towards that goal, towards that dream. Once you're able to do that, you'll start to progress. I tell my clients, you make a shift 1%. You shift yourself and change your daily habits 1%. Man, see what happens in a year. You're a whole new person. You're going to lose friends that you thought was friends because you're making that shift. That's okay. You ain't riding with me. That's okay. I'm shifting this way. I'm over here now. Y'all over there. It's not that I don't love you. I still got love for you. But I'm shifting over here. Y'all still over here. Okay? That's a part of evolution in your life and the journey and the process. Continuing to grow and flourish yourself. Next slide, please. Oh, man. Don't leave your dream to change. Okay? Basically, I don't even have to say nothing on this one. Engage in the process, and what's it worth to you? Biggest thing is engagement. You should be taking daily action towards that dream. Man, I want to write a book. I got something to talk about. Okay, so what are you doing? How many words did you write today in order for you to get that book started? Well, I did 50 words a day. I got sidetracked and I had to go over here and do whatever. No. That's not gonna cut it. Okay? You wanna have a book done, and you wanna have that goal and that vision done, you need to implement every day. Implementation every day. Okay, next slide, please. So the takeaways here is that I want to tell y'all, don't be scared. Dare to dream. Dream big. Dream bold. Dream like people, like I said, is looking at you like you crazy. Because you'll find out, you'll attract others that can see your vision, see your dream, and want to help excel and propel you to get to that next level. Because 9 times out of 10, they're already there, okay? They already are there. So they can help you walk that dog in that process to get you to where you're going. And when people are in the position and they're successful, that's when you start to see a lot of philanthropy. People come out, they want to give back. Well, what can I do? Monetarily, I got enough money, so I get it this charity, that charity. Now I want to help people grow, okay? The best feeling in the world is when you can take somebody from one level and see them rise to the next level. It's a beautiful thing. And to see their whole lifestyle change, their family's quality of living change, it's a beautiful thing. So, prepare the dream, wear the dream, repair the dream, okay? How many of us in here are business owners? Okay, so with that being said, you have a business plan, and your business plan should be constantly evolving, okay? If you stay stagnant, I don't want to see your numbers in your books. You want to keep it going. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, hey, my time is up. I'm already 22 seconds over. I want to get I'm alive again. I'm alive. That's what I'm talking about. My name is Quattrell Walker. I'm cut from a different cloth. Hope my message resonated with you, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you so much, Mr. Walker. He did have his book at the beginning of the slides. Leaders are readers, mi gente.